Macronutrients sounds like a big word, but really it's just a way of looking at the different foods that we eat and breaking them up into 3 different categories. The first being proteins, next carbohydrates, and lastly fats. Being able to look at your foods this way really allows us to analyze our diet in a much easier and beneficial way. Proteins provide the body with amino acids. These are the building blocks that make up our tissues to create things like muscle. Protein is found in food products like milk and dairy, in meat products like pork, beef, chicken, and seafood, and then is also found in food products for vegetarian sources like nuts, seeds, legumes, and beans. When eating protein sources, it's best to focus on the leaner choices like seafood, chicken, and then our vegetarian sources like our nuts, seeds, legumes, and beans. These will have lower amounts of cholesterol to give you those lean protein sources. Protein should make up about 10 to 35% of our daily calories. Carbohydrates are the main energy source for our body. Just like we fuel up a car, we need to fuel up our body with things like carbohydrates. Carbohydrates can be found in rice, quinoa, and other whole grains. They are also found in our winter squashes and our potatoes. Lastly, they're found in our fruits, which are a great source of sweetness and a good source of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates should make up about 35 to 65% of your diet. You want to make sure that you are intaking enough carbohydrates as they are your main energy source and they are what are going to provide your brain and body with enough energy to function. Fat is a very important nutrient that we need to make sure we intake enough of. It is utilized for cell membrane and tissue around the body to provide absorption and protection. And it's also needed for our fat-soluble vitamins to be absorbed, your vitamins A, D, E, and K, which are needed for eye and lung function. Fats can be found in a variety of different food, such as animal sources like meats, butters, lard, cheeses, and it's also found in vegetable sources like our oils, nuts, and seeds. Fat should make up about 20 to 35% of your daily intake of calories. So when thinking about balancing your macronutrients throughout the day, you should be focusing on the majority of your calories coming from carbohydrates, a small percentage coming from fats, and a little bit more coming from your proteins. If you can balance those well throughout the day, you're good to go. A great way to track your macronutrients throughout the day is by utilizing a food log. You can do this right through the Go365 app by clicking on to track a food log, and you'll earn points right along the way.